All right, General Math, welcome to your notes video for Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Here we are with original Yak Math video sponsors, Laura Bar, Goo Energy Gel, Noon Sport Hydration. Coming up on 10 solid years of sponsorship from these fine partners. All right, here we are. This is an assignment that you're going to turn in before you leave, so write this on your own paper. All right, make sure your name's on it. Might need to staple it. Write your name on all paper. That is fine. I do want to see all figures drawn as you see here. So number one, you're going to have a triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. And in triangle ABC, we're going to find the measure of angle A. Call it X. The measure of angle A. So we have 180 degrees minus. That is 120, and that is 17. 120 and 17 is going to give you 137. Measure of angle A is 43 degrees. All right, about 12 questions total, I think. You can put this on as many pieces of papers as you need. This is due, though, at the end of your class period. Unless you are in the musical, which I don't know if any of you raise your hand. So, in a class period. All right, find the measures of angles 1 through 5. So, here's what we're going to do. First off, draw a straight line up like that. And draw another line like that. Okay? Then you're going to go up and then down. That's how you make it. I'm not a great artist, but again, straight line up. Then you're going to have that line, which will be perpendicular there. Then line up there and up there. All right, so what you got here is you got a right angle. It's angle 1, that's angle 2, that's 43 degrees. That's angle 3, that's 60. It's 4 and 5. All right, we have you might hear some little grillums upstairs. All right, number one. Number 1 is 90 degrees. All right, so the measure of angle 1, 90 degrees. All right. 90, 43, number 2. Do 180 minus 90 plus 43. Or also, if that is 90, then these two have to add up to 90. You can also do 90 minus 43. However you slice it, however you do it, angle 2 is 47 degrees. Measure of angle 2, 47 degrees. All right. 2 and 3 are vertical angles, so the measure of angle 3 is also 47 degrees. If this is 47, now in geometry you learned it's the exterior remote interior angles theorem. Yep, that's a big one there. Easy to forget. Measure of angle 5 is simply the sum of those two angles, so it's going to be 107. But if you don't like that, what you can do to find, you can find angle 4. You do 180 minus those two angles. 180 minus 107, 73 degrees. Measure of angle 4 is 73 degrees. Put a 73 right here. And angle 5 is 180 minus 73. Measure of angle 5 is 107 degrees. All right, those are my 5 angles right there. Have that figure drawn, have that work. Pause this if you need to. Triangles 1 and 2, Roman numerals as we know, are similar. Find the missing length x. Similar triangles or similar figures have exact same corresponding angle. The corresponding angles are congruent, let's say that. And the corresponding sides are proportional. All right, so let's take a look at 9. 9 goes from the double tick to the triple tick. Double tick to the triple tick. So if you want to do 9 over x or x over 9, I'll do that. I'll go 1 over 2. 9 over x is equal to single tick to triple tick, single tick to triple tick. 9 over x is equal to 16 over 24. You can also say x over 9 is 16 over 24. You can also say 9 over 16 is equal to x over 24. You can say x over 24 is equal to 16 over 9. You're going to multiply. You're going to get 216 is equal to is equal to 16x, which, yeah, I mean, it's going to be decimal. 216 over 16. Let's do that without a calculator. Divided both by 4. I think you divided both by 8, right? 13 and a half. 27 over 2. All right, cool. That page you done. We're moving, folks. Great, great. Pretty sure you have a normal amount of time in your class period today. So this question can go for a little bit. All right, so man who is 6.2 feet tall is standing 10.3 feet from a lamppost. The man's shadow, so he's looking this way. The man's standing right here, and he's looking this way. His shadow is 3.9 feet. So how tall is the lamppost? Very interesting question. All right, so we've got two similar triangles. The man is represented here in the smaller triangle. And the height of the lamppost corresponds to the height of the man. So we're going to say the height of the lamppost over the height of the man is equal to the base of this big triangle. All right, because the height of the lamppost is the height of this larger triangle. And then I got to look at that right there, the base. All right, so the base of the bigger triangle, the bigger triangle is 14.2. The base of the smaller triangle is 3.9. It's the shadow. Okay. So I'm going to do a little cross multiplication. 3.9x is equal to 14.2 times 6.2. 14.2 times 6.2. My guess would be about 85. And good thing to use a calculator because it's 8804. And we're going to divide by 3.9, 22.57 feet. 22.57 feet. All right, similar triangles. Nice. All right, then here, these are solved for x. All right, so this is the Pythagorean theorem. There are several Pythagorean triples. 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17, 7, 24, 25, and so forth. This is a 3, 4, 5 triple. If we didn't know that, we would take 9 squared plus 12 squared is equal to x squared. 81 plus 144 is x squared. 225 is x squared. Take the square root of 225, and you get 15. X is 15. 3 times 3, 4 times 3, 5 times 3. 3, 4, 5. Triple. That has been triple. All right. X squared plus 24 squared is equal to, that's the height, 25 squared. X squared plus 576 is equal to 625. I'm going to subtract 576. I'm going to get x squared is 49. Uh-oh. I'm going to take the square roots of 40. Take square root of 49, we get 7. All right. Here, this one's been made up, so this one probably will not be a triple. That's the height. X squared plus 21 squared is equal to 30 squared. X squared plus 441 is equal to 900. I'm going to subtract. X squared is 459. X is square root of 459. X is, all I know, it's 21 points, like 43-ish. And we're going to type that in type it in. Oh, I have 3, so I need to calculate. It tells me 3 root 51. Make that into, let's go classic on that one. 21.42. And 3 root 51 is not a terrible answer. If we are in math sprints. 21.42 though. All right, sweet, sweet. So, some more similar figures here. some right angles there. All right. So you have two similar triangles. You have the bigger triangle here and then the smaller triangle. So the bigger triangle has a height of 10. The smaller triangle has a height of 6. We can go height over height is equal to, now let's be very, very careful. The smaller triangle clearly has a base of 7. But the larger triangle has a base of x plus 7. You see that? Cross multiply. 70 is equal to 6 times x plus 7. 70 is equal to 6x plus 42. 28 is equal to 6x. 28 over 6, which is 4.6 repeating. All right. Just correspond. You could have done 10, the big height over the big base is equal to the little height over the little base. That could have worked as well. All right, folks. So first off, vertical angles are congruent. If these two angles are equal, this is angle-angle similarity, then those two angles are also equal. All right, so what is x? I'm going to do x over what? So x is the right angle to the double arc. Right angle to double arc. So x corresponds with 11, and then 13, single arc to right angle, single arc to right angle. It's equal to 13 over 9. All right, it could have done 9 over 13 is 11 over x. Could do x over 13 is equal to 11 over 9. Right, I'm going to get 9x is equal to 143, which should, is that going to be like 15.8 repeating? Divide that by 9, 15.8 repeating. All right, folks, we're doing great. You can pause this when you need to. A top tray will all 8 of us turn this in. I would like to be surprised. Rooting for you. All right, so find the measures of angles 1 through 5 once more. All right. These are tick marks, 6.7 feet. Awesome. All right, this is 122 degrees. If this is 122 degrees, then angle 3 is 180 minus 122, which is 58. Angle 3 is 58 degrees. Well, folks, if these sides are equal, these base angles are also equal. All right, so measure of angle 3 is 58. The measure, come on, measure of angle 2 is also 58. And angle 1 would be 180 minus the sum of 58 and 58. 180 minus 116, which is 64 degrees. Measure of angle 1, 64 degrees. All right, awesome. So angle 4, put over here, measure of angle 4. That's 180 minus 58, which is 122. And then the measure of angle 2 is 58 degrees. I'm sorry, the measure of angle 5 is 58 degrees. All right, very good. Because vertical angles are congruent. That's a good one. We'll see that one again, all from geometry. And to finish this up, folks, 12 total questions. This will be somewhere between 5 and 10 points. Will be some points. Will be points. One angle of a triangle is 3 times as large as another. All right, pause. Pause if you need to. Make sure to write down this full question, folks. Full question. Just like the previous one. So go back and look at that figure if you need to. Full question. One angle of a triangle is 3 times as large as another. The measure of the third angle is 20 more than that of the smallest. Find the measure of each. All right, so the smallest is going to be x. Start with the small. The smallest is x. Now, one is 3 times as large as another. All right. So we need to assume that the 3 times as large as the other is 3 times in comparison with the smaller. So these are both being compared to the smaller one. You had to make an assumption there. The measure of the third angle, so that's the you know, possibly the largest angle. So one angle is 3 times that, and then the measure of the third angle is 20 more than the smallest. The smallest is x, it's 20 more than that. All right, that's going to add up to 180 degrees. We have 5x plus 20 is 180. I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. I get x is 32. So the smallest angle is 32 degrees. Then I have a 96-degree angle. Then I have 32 plus 20, which is 52 degrees. Cool. 180 degrees. One angle of a triangle is 3 times as large as another. And then, oh no. Hey, you guys were maybe wondering, but I read that wrong. It clearly says twice that of the other. All right, so we're going to change this. Twice. Quick fix. All right. I don't know why I wrote 3 so many times. It clearly says twice. So this one's going to be 40. All right. You guys can't speak up if it's in a video, but we're going to switch that. All right, so that's going to be 40. It's going to be twice that, and it's going to be that angle plus 20. All right, so 40, 80, 60. My fault on that one, folks. All right, now we got 3 times twice the other. The smallest is x. This one is 3x, and then the other would be x plus 30. It's 30 greater than the smallest angle, and then that's going to equal 180. Let's try this again. We're going to get 5x plus 30 is equal to 180. Let's subtract 30 from both sides. We're going to get 5x is equal to 150. We're going to get x is 30. The smallest angle is 30 degrees. And then the other is 3 times that, so it's 90 degrees. And then 30 plus 30 is 60. That's a very special angle from geometry and calc, 30, 60, 90. All right, folks, this has been great. This is Yak Math Videos signing out. Please turn this into the top tray before you go. Bye-bye.